and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where again we have some big Barça topics on the agenda, because we're going to be talking about Vitor Roque and the big question of, can he arrive this summer? Can he come in now? And how desperate are we for that to happen here? We're also going to discuss the outgoing Ousmane Dembele, the very latest on that deal, which includes some thoughts on his agent's demands of Barça just before he has indeed left the club now, along with a full update on a brand new signing on the way for Barça. It is exciting, so come on and let's do it. Because let's first of all kick off then with that exciting news that indeed broke last night, because according to Fabrizio Romano, Barça are on the verge of sealing what would be an incredibly exciting new signing, because we're talking here about a German youngster by the name of Noah Darvich, who is coming in from Freiburg, and Fabrizio says there, it is here we go for Barça. And this for me, it's a big deal, because although here we're talking about a player who may only be 16 years old, but there is so much excitement surrounding this young man. In Germany, he comes so highly recommended. He has shone for their youth teams there at international level, and none more so than this very summer at the Under-17 European Championships there, where along with our very own Lamine Yamal, who was also the star of the show, Darvich was also outstanding at that tournament, a tournament there Germany went on to win, and Barca right here believe they have got their hands on a huge talent. It is there going to be apparently a €3 million fee to Freiburg, potentially there €2 million in add-ons, so that there is going to be a €5 million total deal, and it's said right now that despite his young age, Darvich will join straight up with Barca Athletic. He will go there into the Barcelona B team, where just like Yamal, Barca are expecting him to have that route to the first team, that it may not even be all that far away. And from what I've seen of him right now and what he's shown throughout his young career, he has an absolutely incredible left foot. You know, on his left side, he is absolutely outstanding. I think he's quite versatile actually in his positioning early on in his career. He's an attacking midfield player. He can play there a sort of playmaking role between the lines, and also he can be in central areas, but he's more than happy to drift out wide too. And I think that's exactly the kind of profile that Xavi would appreciate, that would really work well in a Xavi Hernandez team. He looks there like an outstanding dribbler of the ball, and I've got to be honest with you guys, I'm excited by what we're seeing here from Barca in terms of the planning, in terms of the scouting, and it seems again like Deco has been absolutely key in this deal, because I think this deal may have been accelerated after missing out on Arda Güler, a player of course that Deco also really wanted. We also just missed out on Tudor Mendel-Ido, who just went to Anderlecht at the last minute, but now we've got our hands on this young man, and these are exactly the kind of quality decisions that we want to be seeing the club make, snapping up these kinds of deals early on in their careers before you've got to pay 100 million in a few years' time, getting the deal done and getting in there first before everybody else. And Darvich apparently had a number of other offers. You know, he had plenty of offers from England, from France. There was so many clubs interested in him, but he is a Barca fan. He has been since he was a kid. I mean, he's still very young, of course, but I'm excited to see what he can do in this Barca team and to see how he develops in the coming years. Keep a close eye on this young man. But indeed, guys, it is not all about the future. We do have to discuss what is happening in the present day, and that leads us on to talk about Ousmane Dembele and exactly what's happening right now with his imminent move to Paris Saint-Germain. Because firstly, I want to talk about some reports that have emerged over the past few days when it comes to Dembele's agent's demands, what they were when he went to the negotiating table with Barca. Because we all know Barca there wanted to actually renew Dembele. They were in talks there to extend his deal beyond 2024, and attempts were made there behind the scenes, but it's now being reported in the media, the information is being released, that in those negotiations, Moussa Sissoko, Dembele's agent, demanded 20 million per year for salary for Dembele. And by the way, that's net. That is 20 million per year in net salary. We're talking there about 40 million gross That is double right now what we're talking about paying for Bernardo Silva, a Champions League winner, somebody with proven pedigree. Dembele wanted to be the highest earning player at the club. He wanted to be the biggest contract that Laporta has handed out since returning as the president, and Moussa Sissoko, Dembele's agent, felt like that must happen. And you know what, guys? I honestly believe this news here. I believe this based on the fact of the kind of demands Dembele's agent was making back in 2022. The outrageous money, the different things he was asking for there, which made Mattia Almani at the time genuinely want to just walk away and never talk and never negotiate again about Dembele and let him go for free, because Barca could not believe what they were hearing. And I also do believe this news, quite frankly, because these demands just happen to be exactly the wage Dembele will earn in Paris. He's got what he wanted. He is going to earn 20 million euros per year on a 5-year deal in Paris, and ultimately Moussa Sissoko has got what he needed. And the question though is, when is it going to be announced now? Because we all expected it to be in the past few days, maybe yesterday it could have been done. Dembele there was expected to go through his medical and complete the move to PSG. And of course the joke right now is, even after all of this, everything that's happened, everything that's gone on, what if Dembele, in the very final thing that he has to do, doesn't pass his medical? What if he failed his medical at PSG and the whole move collapsed? But there is also apparently an issue right now with the paperwork, because apparently Barca may not have been so speedy in sending everything over. They're not really in a big rush to wrap everything up in some good time, so I'm sure that paperwork is going to come through. I'm sure that it will eventually all be tied up, and very soon I'm sure Dembele will be a PSG player. But what do you make, guys, honestly, of those Moussa Sissoko demands? Thankfully, we won't have to deal with him again. However, guys, let's focus ourselves once again on what Dembele's imminent departure will allow the club to do this summer now, in the remainder of the transfer window. Let's talk more about Vitor Roque right now, because don't forget, throughout this entire deal, when it was being wrapped up, when it was being agreed, and then when it was announced, Fabrizio Romano, he has always said Roque will join the club only in 2024, right from the beginning, even when others said that Roque could come this summer. But that has now changed, because Fabrizio Romano now says Barca have opened up the possibility of bringing Roque now, immediately this summer, because Fabrizio says that following the exits of Dembele and indeed Franck Kessie, it could honestly happen now. And that was confirmed last night too, because Roque's agent himself, a man there who was key in making this deal happen and who also has a really good relationship with Barca, he came out and said Vitor Roque is currently waiting to see if his arrival at Barca is going to be possible this summer. So it's very much on the cards right now. We're not just talking about a wild rumour. It is really being considered that Roque could arrive this summer, and even more so because it's also been reported that Atletico Paranaense, Roque's club there, their progress in the Copa Libertadores, that could be another key factor in this deal, because apparently if they were to go out of that competition, that would push Roque even closer to joining Barca this summer. And well, Atletico PR find themselves 3-1 down after the first leg right now. The second leg will be played on Tuesday night, and they could be eliminated on that day. And honestly, guys, I would love to see Roque this summer. I know that he's still young. I know that maybe he could have done with a few more months in development, and we could have brought him later and everything may have worked out nicely, but I just think bring him now. We need somebody here who can provide extra potency in that number 9 position. We need competition for Robert Lewandowski, and again, it's all about learning. You bring him into the club now, he can start to understand the city, inside of the club, the dressing room, the training sessions. He can be learning all the time, and I just think if that option is there, which it seems to be, if there is a realistic possibility of doing it now, let's bring him in. Let's unleash him here at Barca, our young, exciting, talented Brazilian striker who may be on the way sooner than we expected. So let me know right now, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how desperate are you to bring Roque in now? Between 1 and 10 there, how much do you want to see it happen this summer, and do you feel it could happen right right now. Let me know those thoughts down below. Also, of course, let me know your thoughts on our brand new signing, imminent signing, Noah Darvich, and what you make of the young German midfielder. I will be seeing you very, very soon indeed, where there will be more Barca news on the agenda. And wishing all you guys a nice weekend. And thank you indeed for your fantastic support right now. I'll catch you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.